Hi everyone and welcome back. We are now heading into episode 9 of TharnType. We're in the latter stages now, so we're almost finished this series already. We left you on a bit of a cliffhanger, and I did say I wanted conflict, so we're about to, I imagine, see Type react quite aggressively towards San, maybe Tharn as well. We saw San kiss Tharn at the end. I imagine Type's going to hit one of them, if not both of them. I'm just not sure what happens following him doing that. But if he does hit San or Tharn, then it's pretty obvious that he has feelings for Tharn. I hope we see a bit more of Techno in this, and a bit of Tam and Tar, because it's just, we need a bit more of their story. I'm sure we'll get a bit more as it goes on. We also need to see, which I think might happen in this episode or the next episode, which is Tar meets Tharn, because they brought up the birthday celebration on his phone. So we're going to see where that goes, because obviously they need to see each other once again, otherwise they wouldn't be in the story together. I say we just get into this and let's see what happens. Yeah, see, Tharn's not interested. I like how he hits Tharn. I'm guessing it's just because he was closer. Yeah, see, he's playing you. He knows exactly who you two are. He just wants you to say it. He's trying to get him to admit what you two are. Yeah, see? There we go. Yeah, see, you knew he was going to be happy about that. It's not such a secret anymore. True, he didn't kiss Song. I think you're both troublemakers. He's changing, but he's still that man. See? They're holding hands. I do feel bad for Son. He came in, he did stir up a bit of trouble, but it seems like that's it. You know, it's almost as if he's alone. He has no one. I'm sure he'll find someone, but I feel like this is it. I can't see him being in the episode anymore. I'm just hoping a bit more conflict. Okay, Type is being a lot more honest and open than he usually is. He's even admitted to being jealous. I'm sure it'll take you time. You just have to be honest with yourself. Well, you kind of did break up with him already. So... Is this the only bar around anywhere? Because everyone seems to go here. These two are great side characters. They know how to do comedy really well. And the bickering as if they've been married for 50, 60 years.
พื่อนที่มากกว่าเพื่อน
Okay, he's saying it out loud now. Being more open.
เอ๊ะแล้วทำไมหน้าทางถึงดูแปลกใจขนาดนั้นนะจ๊ะนี่ว่าแต่ห้องน้ำหลังร้านที่วันนี้มันว่างไปได้นะจ๊ะ
แรงไปพี่
Also,
เรื่องงานเดี๋ยวไปคุยในออฟฟิศแล้ว
yeah, no. He's up to something.
น้องทานจำพี่ได้ไหมอ่ะ
Nope.
โอ้ถ้าผมบอกว่าจำไม่ได้อ่ะพวกพี่จะปวดผมนะครับว่าไทยกำลังหาโอกาสเจอพี่รอบหน้าอยู่
He's obviously smooth for the ladies.
นี่มาควรตีนกูเมื่อกี้มึงกระซิบอะไร
Yep, now you're jealous.
ถึงข่าวมึงถึงกูบ้างเสมอกัน
But it's not a game. Why do you need to get back at him?
เมื่อกี้กูก็มีเสน่ห์เหมือนกันนะ
I don't think you're charming in this moment.
คุณก็ลองดูดิกูอยากลองตายดูเหมือนกันจะเป็นตายคาอกมึงไงไอ้ทาง
I mean, okay.
อยากไป
See, look, and they're fine already. Bit of weird contrast from the previous scene for them to jump to this.
หรือว่าคุยกับแฟนคนที่เขาว่ากันนะเป็นไงวะ สวยปะสวยฝ้ายเพื่อน
That depends on who you're talking to. I'm sure some people will find who he's with very
แล้ว
handsome.
เป็นไงบ้าง
Others, pretty.
ได้คุยกับเพื่อนบ้างปะเดี๋ยวไอ้ไทยกูเพิ่งรู้นะว่าคนอย่างมึงอ่ะทำหน้าตาแบบคนมีความรักเป็นด้วยมีความรักอะไรวะ
No, you're in love.
เมาลูกบอลเนาะ
Just look how many cars they have.
กูดีใจนะที่มึงยอมมา
So he's going to meet the family.
ที่ไหนไว้ทาง
Oh, he doesn't know.
มึงตอบทำไมเมื่อกี้ทำอะไรที่นี่ไงพี่ทอนแล้วพี่ดูน่ากลัวขนาดนี้เหรอ
No. I do like how shy and respectful Type gets.
พี่ทานจ้า
There she is. I thought he was the only one home.
ทันยัง
Is that the parents?
พี่ทานบอกว่าพี่ทานจะพาเพื่อนคนพิเศษมาย่าเลยโทรหาแม่กับเป๊ะค่ะเลยรีบกลับมาเลย
He has got a big mouth just like Techno.
ว้าว
They are a really loving family
ทำด้วยกัน
though.
แล้วไทยมานั่งข้างแม่นี่ลูกมา
ทานมาแชร์ค่าหอด้วยพ่อผมอนุญาตครับ
And that's where you met your boyfriend.
ลุงหมายถึงว่าทานไม่ได้ทำอะไรอึดอัดใช่ไหมเปล่าครับ ไอ้
No.
ทานไม่ได้ทำอะไรผม
Very comfortable.
แย่ไปไหนบ้าง
Wrong person.
ไม่มีอะไรครับทานว่าก็เนี่ย
Isn't he the boss of the company? So technically he could take the time off when he wants.
แล้วเราอ่ะไม่ตามไปที่หลังก็ยังไม่สายพอทอนอ่ะไม่อยากจะตรวจครับ
เลยเมื่อก่อนทอนก็พาซานมาเล่นเกมแล้วก็นอนค้างด้วยกันที่นี่บ่อย
ใครนะครับสาร
ๆซานเพื่อนทอนไงใครรู้จักไหมลูก
Yes, he does.
ครับ รู้จักครับ
Does he watch him sleep a lot? Oh, that would freak me out. It's a sweet moment, but it's still a shock to the system. Yeah, see? See, that's sweet.
บอกว่าอยากได้ ไป
Yeah.
อาบน้ำก่อนนะแต่มาเล่นที่นี่นานยังวะ นี่กูไม่ได้เล่าให้มึงฟัง มึงนะไม่เคยเล่าอะไรให้กูฟังเลยต่างหากขนาดเรื่องที่มึงกับมันเป็นแฟนกันนะกู
กูยังเสือกเองเลย มึงก็ดูรอบรู้เรื่องแฟนหนูเหมือนกันนี่หว่าไอ้เฮียโนก็พูดจริงอ่ะวงมันมีกี่คน4ใครรับนะเพื่อนมันอ่ะชื่อหลงนั่นไงมึงก็เป็นแฟนที่ดีได้
Yep,
นี่
you
หว่า
can.
เชียร์แฟนเหรอจ๊ะ
เปล่าครับพี่พอดีเพื่อนผม
His
ว่า
reaction.
แถวนี้มีร้านอะไรอร่อยๆบรรยากาศดีๆหยอกทั้งมึงให้ทานปกติมึงไม่ปล่อยผ่านไปไม่ใช่เหรอวะก็พี่เขาอายุ
But she's also the owner.
และทานก็ทำงานที่นี่ไม่เกี่ยวอะไรกับทานวะมึงใช้สมองบ้างอยู่ไอ้โนถ้าเกิดมึงทำอะไรพี่จีเขาไม่พอใจทานก็แย่เลยวะ
Jealous again.
มึงถึงกลัว
คนตีนเถอะพวกมึง2 คนนี่สวีทกันดีเนาะ อะไรมึงก็แหมพวกมึง2 คนคุยกันเหมือนโลกนี้มีเพียงแค่2 เรา
ไม่ใช่นะไอ้โนกูรู้จักมึงนี่หว่าคนดังนะมึงอ่ะ
ดังอะไรวะ
That long.
เอ้าก็มึงดังไปทั้งมอแล้วเนี่ยเรื่องที่มีคนเอารูป
Mm-mm.
ไทยสวัสดีครับพี่แตงโมพี่ไทยไปพี่ไทยพี่หลงตื่นเต้นจะแย่แล้วเนี่ยไป
เออ
เร็ว
โอ้ยรู้
ใครเมียวะ
For techno.
ไอ้ทาย
How much did you drink?
ไทยหน้ามึงอะเวลาตีกอล์ฟทำไมอะแม่งโคตรเซ็กซี่เลย
They're gonna have sex in a second, aren't they? Yep. Here we go.
ไอ้ไทย
I'd be so irritated if I was techno. He's really right next to them. So does this mean that Type was the top for once?
คือเมื่อคืนน่ะ
I heard everything.
กูได้ยินเสียงไอ้โน ขืนพูดต่อหรือตายแน่ถ้ามึงเอาเรื่องนี้บอกคนอื่นนะ
We are literally in the last few minutes of
ตอนอาจารย์เรียกชื่อกูอะ
this episode and they bring them in now. I wish they brought them in earlier.
แล้วไม่มีเรียนเหรอ มีเรียน แต่เลิกเร็วไง
You liar.
พี่ก็เลยรีบมาหาต้าเลยไปแต่ก็ไปแต่ถ้ามึงไม่โอเคมึงอย่าทำตัวเป็นคนดี
Yeah, be a bit selfish for once.
รักมึงนะไทย
Is this the first time he said that?
กูก็อาจจะ
He's probably wondering why there's only one bed.
เราเป็นแฟนกัน เฮ้ย
Well, that's a reaction. Trying to get out of there as quick as he can.
อะไรของมันวะ
ขอโทษครับ
Finally, they are interacting. Here we go.
เดี๋ยวตาคิดถึงพี่ทันนะครับ
I know this is a very sweet moment, but it's again he's asleep and he's just watching him. But it does show just how much affection Tharn has for Type. See, here it comes. So that was episode 9 of TharnType. Looking back on it, just on those moments, they actually had nice little bits that really were incorporated to make this episode more fleshed out. We got Tharn, who was just tricking Type into admitting his feelings, which I don't mind, because it got Type to kind of say how he felt. And it was about time, because you don't have to tell everyone you're dating, Tharn, but to want to keep it a secret can make you and the person you want to keep a secret with feel like crap. And Tharn wasn't feeling happy, he wasn't happy. I do think these two have a lot to improve in their relationship. There's a long way to go before they're cemented. It's still a new relationship, but they don't really know that much about each other. Right now it's very hot and heavy and passionate, and it's more or less all about having sex and exploring your sexuality and being in love. Don't know why my voice just shook like that. I'm sad that Tharn's gone, just because, well, that conflict's gone, and he kind of just left on a really sad note for him as he's walking by himself. His first love has moved on, and he's by himself. I did not like the bathroom scene. I'm sure people found that very hot and heavy itself, but it felt very it just wasn't needed, I should say. Especially considering what happened to Type when he was younger, you would think Tharn would think a bit more clearly. I know he's just clouded with jealousy, but just that whole scenario, Type wanting to make Tharn jealous and get back at him, and he keeps mentioning about cheating. So I feel like that's foreshadowing. I don't know if Tharn cheats on him or he cheats on Tharn before the series ends, but he kept bringing it up this episode. So I'm going to ignore the bathroom scene now because I just didn't care for it. We got nice little moments between them. We got to see Type is trying to develop into a more mature, caring person. We used to see little elements that they're more or less entwined in one another. Tharn is very cheesy, but they're both so much in love, and you could tell they're very smart in how they do subtle little looks and smiles and glances, and how the camera will pan to them at certain points. So I like that build up. They're becoming more domesticated, but it's fine. You know, it's fine to be in a domestic relationship. That's what it should be, and it's working for them. I would say Tara and Tom, because they're in it so little, I've kind of lost interest in them, but I think it's going to pick up now, especially for Tara, because he's just run into Type, and that's exactly what I needed. I needed that sort of conflict. I need to have sort of resolution between these two, because I think with what's going to probably come about is going to be really interesting. I think these last couple of episodes are really going to pick up the pace. It's going to be very dramatic, probably a lot of crying, a lot of fighting, a lot of miscommunication between everyone, and that's what this show has been lacking slightly in the last few episodes. Like, we got it, obviously this episode not, but generally it's been very lovey-dovey for both of them. Techno is still my favourite character. I wish he was in it more, because he does bring a lot of lightheartedness and he breaks up that tension. And the actor does a really good job of his facial expressions and just his comedic moments. He's very good at comedy. He's very good at being the bumbling sidekick. And you want him to find happiness, so I hope he finds someone before the series ends. I want to see what's going to happen between Tharn and Tar, and how Type deals with that situation, because now he's having to deal with, it seems, Tharn's last love, someone he really did love, and if it wasn't for them breaking up, or for him being dumped, I imagine, because it doesn't seem like Tharn's the type to dump someone, he would still be with Tar. So there's a lot of instances, if you believe in fate, that brought Type and Tharn together. Thank you for watching, and tune in next Saturday, because that's when I'll be posting these on Saturdays on YouTube. You'll be an episode ahead on Patreon, so look out for that if you want to watch it on Patreon. I will leave the link in the description box below. Thank you for watching. That's the end of episode 9, and then we'll be back on next week with episode 10.